You know, it's a beautiful day today where I am. When it gets to the spring and the summer, this is an ideal place to be. During 2020, when we had all the trouble that I referred to as the troubled times, this place where I am now was absolutely packed. According to my local MP, it was advertised all up London way, come down here, come to the coast. And there was no stopping it. As soon as people were allowed out, they came down here in their droves. Unbelievable. I mean, even people drove up the bloody car path sometimes to try and get round. I mean, have a look at this. It's beautiful. This is all the coast where I live. It's literally 10 minutes walk from my front door, and that's a beautiful beach. In the summertime, you can see everything around there. Of course, right now it's empty. Times are normal, people are at work. I'm wandering down here talking to you fine people. Well, it feels peaceful and tranquil down here right now. You just hear the normal noises of people tending their gardens and cars driving around, people walking. You get a lot of that down here. But in the wider world, I've got this feeling that something isn't right. Something strange is going on around us. I don't know what you think. I mean, I've had a feeling, you know, for a little while that something's amiss. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments. What I found very strange in the last couple of days was this. Barack Obama, apparently President of the United States, visiting Downing Street. What was he doing? Having tea and cakes with his old pal Cameron? Was he in there somewhere? Or was there something else going on? An undisclosed private meeting, which we will obviously never know the contents of until it's too late, if we do find out at all. That's the thing with all this cloak and dagger skullduggery kind of thing, isn't it? They keep their cards close to their chest until the last possible second. So what was that all about? There's some talk among certain circles, and call this conspiracy, that we know who really runs the show with regard to the USA and all of that kind of thing. But as we know, the only difference between fact and a conspiracy is an amount of time. Speaking of conspiracies, what the hell is going on with the royal family? I've been avoiding doing a video on this because, quite frankly, it's all over the ruddy place. And when you get news that, does it affect our daily lives really, plastered all over the place, it hides other news which we possibly might need to know about even more so. But when you get enough carrots, I suppose, dangled in front of you, and you start asking questions, you believe something's going on. I mean, okay, you've got the whole thing with the king, and you know, it's awful disease, and as I explained in my live on Sunday, I lost somebody close to me nearly a couple of years ago, and his son's trying to do a fundraiser to raise some money for the local Pilgrim's Hospice that looks after him in his final months, and hopefully that'll do well. I've put some money to it, and he's doing quite well. And then you have Kate Middleton, Princess Catherine of Wales, Princess of Wales, whatever you want to refer to her as, has many titles. Where the hell is she? Well, she was last seen properly in December last year, where we were told she had to have a scheduled procedure, a scheduled operation. She went in for that and hasn't really been seen properly ever since. And of course, when you got the media, which I spoke about in my previous video, and you get everybody thinking and this big blanket surge of social media with different photographs and videos and people's analysis going on, it causes pandemonium. People think all sorts. I mean, some of the reports and some of the theories I've read are totally crazy. I couldn't repeat half of them here because I'd end up straight off of YouTube. I can guarantee you that. But head over to X and a couple of other platforms and just search the name. It's quite amazing what you find, what's being said and what's going on. But I don't think the royal family are doing themselves any favours, or if it's not the royal family, it's who is advising the royal family with their public relations and what they should put out and what they shouldn't. Because, you know, the Queen had the thing, didn't she? Never complain, never explain. And even during Annus Horribilis, or whatever she wanted to call it, a dignified silence until, you know, she had to say something sometimes. But this is something else entirely. You had the Mother's Day picture come out, and straight away the press are all over it saying there's anomalies, is it really her? And if you zoom into different parts of that picture, you can see it's like a patchwork quilt of different elements all sewn together. So, okay, to the untrained eye, there's something very odd about it. Then there's the video of the two of them coming out the farm shop, which was the last couple of days. Now, from your point of view, I'm recording this video yesterday, so between then and this morning when you're now watching it, things could have changed again. But the mainstream media were like, oh, look, there she is, right? I took one look at that video and the accompanying pictures, just a glance. I said, that's not her. My wife agreed with me, it's not her. Yet when I went on Piers Morgan's post where he delighted in telling everybody that it was, I got absolutely slaughtered. So everybody was convinced it was. But if you zoom into the actual footage, zoom into the picture, you have a look here, it looks like somebody completely different. If you compare, you know, the pictures and images to earlier footage released, it just doesn't make any sense. Now, there's a few theories going through my mind, but until, you know, God, you know, hope she's okay, until she sits in front of a camera and genuinely says, here I am okay, don't worry about me. You know, she's an incredibly popular member of the royal family. People are going to wonder, people are going to think all sorts, and the mainstream media, God bless them, are going to stir it out like crazy. And until, or unless she turns up and does something concrete and says, I'm alright, it's going to carry on. The royal family decides, what more are we actually missing while they're talking about that? It's quite the cover, isn't it? So overall, I worry that something's going on, because there seems to be a lot of sleight of hand and a lot of distraction in there, doesn't there? Let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video, share the hell out of my stuff, make sure you're subscribed. I look forward to talking to you soon. Here's another video for you as well, if you want to watch something else. Toodaloo.